Hello, everybody. And a hello to you too, Ava.
I spoke with Mr. Sawicki, and he's going to enter a plea of guilty to the charge with an explanation.
All right, so let me first call the case, get everybody's appearance. So case number 241621 SM, People versus Nicholas Sawicki.
Paragraph on probation.
James Gazicki on behalf of Mr. Sawicki.
And Mr. Sawicki, your name for the record, please.
Your Honor, Nicholas Tanner Sawicki.
All right, so this is the date and time set for a probation violation, actually a 769.4A violation, correct? Yeah. And you were on the deferred sentence program, and it was alleged that you violated because you continued to test positive for cannabinoids, even though you were told not to have any use or possession of any alcohol or controlled substances without a prescription, correct? Does he have a prescription? Does he have a prescription?
No, he did. No, he does not, Your Honor.
Okay, so you don't have a prescription, correct?
For medical marijuana or prescription for behind-the-counter drugs?
Cannabinoids, so that would be for marijuana.
No, I was gonna go with medical card.
All right, so I want to make sure that you had the opportunity to speak with your court-appointed attorney, Mr. Gazicki, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
And the two of you spoke with regard to your rights, with regard to the violation, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understood all of your rights?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Do you have any question about any of your rights today?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
You understand that by pleading guilty today that you'd be waiving those rights because you're not going to have a trial or hearing of any kind. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, I do understand that.
Did anybody promise you anything?
No, Your Honor, they did not.
Or threaten you in any way?
No, Your Honor, they did not.
All right. So as to the charge of being in violation of your deferred sentence, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor, I plead guilty.
Did you test positive for cannabinoids because you used some sort of marijuana product?
Prior to this conviction, I did, Your Honor, but I have not been using since this conviction.
All right, so, well, either there is a factual basis for your guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor. He doesn't dispute the reading on it. He says because of his metabolism that it keeps showing up in there. But
Well,
His levels are going up and down and back up. That's the reason for the violation.
so your metabolism, listen, the metabolism is kind of like a tank of gas. It'll start using it and keep using the fuel and keep using the fuel until there's no gas. So at some point, your metabolism will metabolize all of the cannabinoids out of your system, and it'll just keep getting lower and lower readings. Someone keeps filling up the gas tank on you every time between services, between oil changes here, I guess. So what I'm saying is you need to get tested again, and it needs to go down, and it needs to keep going down until it gets down to zero because you're not using it. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's all I'm saying. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and adopt the recommendation and keep you on the deferred sentence. You're gonna do 8 hours of community service and do that within the next, I'm gonna say the next 30 days, just because, you know what, if you can do like 2 hours at a time, that way it just gives you more options to get it done. So 8 hours within 30 days, all right?
Your Honor, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Okay, so Ms. Grasso said that I would have to have a medical card through a primary care physician. I have not had a primary care physician since I was going to my pediatrician. I had a lapse in insurance. I do have a medical condition where I'm suffering from chronic head, neck, and back pain every night.
So listen. You can tell me all of your symptoms. I am not a doctor. I do have a doctorate, but it's not a medical doctorate. So you can get a medical doctor to say that he thinks that you should have a prescription I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to challenge somebody who's a medical doctor who says, yeah, that's what you need. So if you need to go to a clinic or go to urgent care or go to some sort of free services, or I don't know, find a doctor that will just like see you and takes cash payments, or I don't know. I trust me, I get that the whole insurance thing sometimes stops people from getting whatever medications they need, or at least the correct diagnosis. But if you have a medical marijuana card that says you have a prescription to use cannabinoids for pain relief, well, you know what? Then if that's what the doctor says you need to do, then that's what I'm not going to challenge a doctor because I'm not a doctor. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right.
He's been told.
And he did state that he was so, and Ms. Grasso has properly advised you of that. But in the meantime, and in between time, if you don't have the card, you're gonna get written up, and the next time it happens, you could be looking at 93 days in jail. I'm just telling you, I'm not messing around. Ms. Grasso's not here to just mess around either, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I do not want to do any jail time, but she said it would not be possible if it wasn't the same doctor I haven't been seeing for the past few years. I do not have a primary care physician. I will go get
Yeah,
a medical.
listen, I don't care who the doctor is. If it's a doctor, he's a doctor. As long as it's a doctor who can get prescriptions, I don't care who you see. I don't care what arrangement you have with them. That's not up to me. That's between you and your physician. Under the HIPAA laws, I don't even need to know that, and you can't even ask about it. So if there's a doctor who thinks that, who's a doctor who gives you a prescription, if anybody thinks that that's not a doctor, there's some sort of fraudulent doctor prescription thing going on, then they can do an investigation about it. All I'm saying is if you present a prescribed prescription from a doctor, I don't care who the doctor is, as long as they're a doctor. So
I would have to schedule another hearing, Your Honor, correct, when I get that medical marijuana card, correct?
No, you just need to give it to Ms. Grasso, and Ms. Grasso will note it in the file, because my orders are you are not to use any illicit drugs or narcotics unless you have a prescription. So if benzodiazepine shows up in your tox screen, well, as long as you got a prescription for benzodiazepine, then you're good. If Xanax shows up in your bloodstream, you got a prescription for Xanax. Again, I'm not the doctor. The doctor obviously said you needed it. There you go. So you understand what I'm saying? As long as you got a prescription for whatever it is, that's between you and your doctor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I understand.
All right. So everybody have a good rest of your day.
All right.
And
Have a great day, Your Honor.
Make sure you contact Ms. Grasso so she can set it up the next date.
Yeah, I'll set up community service with them.
All right, and she'll also set up community service options with you, okay?
Thank you, Ms. Grasso. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, well, have a good day.
Yep. Bye-bye.
State of Michigan versus David Ritchell, case number 24S00010.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo, on behalf of Mr. Rizal. Mr. Rizal, could you state your name, sir?
David Rizal, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Mr. Rizal, I have to arraign you on 2 violations. Violation number 1 alleges that you tested positive for alcohol via ETG test on October 1st, 2024, in violation of the no alcohol condition of your probation. This is a technical violation for which you can get up to 5 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Violation number 2 is that fail to submit your drug and alcohol test results. You are being allowed to test at the DNA in Woodhaven, and we have no record of any of those results coming to us. You also failed to provide 12-step meeting attendance reports. And for that violation, you can get up to 10 days in the Washtenaw County Jail for a total of 15 days. You are entitled to have a hearing on these matters. If it is found, or if you admit to violating, like I said, you can get up to 5 days on one, 10 days on another, for a total of 15 days. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand.
All right, Mr. Lebo?
Thank you. And Mr. Rizal will be admitting to the violation regarding the ETG as well as the violation regarding failing to submit the 12-step sheets. And we do have an explanation for both of those, which does include that he has been attending the meetings. With regard to the testing, what Mr. Rizal has told me is that he has been testing and that his information from DNA is that they were forwarding the results. So I asked the court to consider adjourning that portion of the violation so that I can look into exactly what DNA has been doing.
I want to do these all at one time. I don't do bifurcated Because then what we would end up doing is having a hearing on one part and not a hearing on another, and we don't do that. So,
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask for an adjournment rather than a hearing at this time.
any response from the people?
Judge, I guess I'll wait for the adjournment to make my response then.
All right, I'm gonna adjourn the vote to November 25th, 2024 at 10 a.m. I am gonna request that he test within 24 hours at community corrections.
Of course. Mr. Rizzo, will you be doing that?
Yes, I can. Can I just say one thing? If you don't mind, Your Honor.
It's up to you,
About
counsel.
what about Mr. Rizzo?
So as of right now, I'm completely relying on ride share for transportation, and it will be about at least $160 to get to and from Ypsilanti from my current location. Is it possible that I can at least get the money by Wednesday and go Wednesday morning? If not, I'll try my best to come up with something in 24 hours.
Sir, you have two options. You can get them to get those results to us from DNA within 24 hours, or you can go and test within 24 hours. If neither of those things happen, then you're gonna get a bench warrant. I'm not trying to inconvenience you or cause you to have to spend that much money, but we don't have any results from you at all.
Understood.
Okay? Those are your choices.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rizzo, will you be emailing your 12 step sheets over to probation today?
Yes, it's been done yesterday.
Thank you. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you all so much. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.